styles are by definition pervasive. Basically, this means that the way we manage a conflict is the same regardless of the type of situation we are facing. However, if we want to be efficient and effective in terms of conflict management, we must be flexible and be able to adapt our management style to the conflict situation that may arise. In other words, we must stop relying systematically on the same style, but opt for another strategy, depending on the analysis we have made of the situation. To the notion of style, we will then prefer the notion of strategy. This is what Cite and Rubin propose with the dual concern model. Let's go back to the Thomas Kilmann graph. As a reminder, according to the model, the 5 styles of conflict management depend on 2 dimensions: the level of assertiveness of a person and his or her level of cooperativeness. To these 2 main dimensions, Cite and Rubin propose matching 2 main questions that people must ask themselves. The first question: are the stakes involved in this conflict high? And the second question: is the relationship between me and the person with whom I'm involved in a conflict of high or low importance? The answer to these 2 questions will then allow people to consciously choose the most appropriate strategy to implement in the situation. In concrete terms, this means that when the stakes are high and the relationship much less so, we use imposition or forcing. When the opposite is the case and the relationship is fundamental, while the stakes are insignificant, accommodation is preferred. Collaboration will be appropriate in discussions that involve fundamental issues and a relationship that is just as fundamental. Finally, if neither the stakes nor the relationship are important, avoidance will be applied. As useful as it is, the dual concern model is a theoretical model, and it's not always simple to apply it in practice. For example, we have seen with the prisoner's dilemma that collaboration is only really possible when both partners are committed to it. One cannot collaborate alone, and collaborating with a competitive partner leads to, de facto, a considerable amount of loss. Similarly, when the objectives of the parties are clearly and solely mutually exclusive, it is possible that only the compromise strategy, the 50-50 strategy, is implementable. The important thing for me is not to say that the proposed model is applicable in all circumstances, but to support the idea that all conflict management styles have their usefulness, and that this usefulness varies according to the circumstances. The best conflict managers are those who are able to navigate flexibly between the different styles according to the situations they encounter. Let's end this video with the slightly adapted words of Schneider and Brown. Understanding your default style is one step towards understanding how you react during conflict. Recognizing that one's styles should adjust over the course of the conflict and that one's style should depend on the context and the counterpart are the next important steps towards becoming a more effective conflict manager.